Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In the sun-drenched hills of Los Angeles, where the Forrester family enterprise shone like a beacon of beauty and drama, the air at Forrester Creations was thick with anxiety. Whispers resonated around the design studios and executive offices, hinting at secrets about to unravel lives. For months, the focus had been on a single pregnancy rumor circulating among the younger generation, but behind closed doors, the writers of fate were working on something considerably more combustible. Instead of a single baby storyline to rock the Spencer and Forrester clans, the bold and the beautiful planned two intertwined pregnancies, a double baby shocker that promised to redefine alliances, rekindle old rivalries, and force characters to confront their deepest desires and betrayals. Carter Walton and Daphne Rose Walton shared a stylish apartment, and it all started there. Carter, Ridge Forrester's devoted right-hand man, had discovered unexpected happiness with Daphne, a lively designer whose inventiveness matched his own unwavering spirit. Their relationship had grown swiftly after Carter had spent years navigating the complexities of love in the fashion industry. Daphne, with her warm smile and ambitious attitude, had murmured thoughts of a family on peaceful evenings watching the city lights. "I want this with you, Carter," she whispered one night, placing her palms softly on his chest. "A baby. Our baby. Starting over, creating something real in the midst of all this chaos." Carter grinned, bringing her closer. He had always desired fatherhood, but previous heartbreaks with Maya and others had made him cautious. However, with Daphne, it felt different. Pure, free of the Forrester-Logan Spencer entanglements that appeared to swallow everyone whole. They had ceased preventing pregnancy, trusting nature to take its course. As April approached with its promise of renewal, Daphne sensed a subtle shift in her physique. The exhaustion, the soreness, and the way her beloved coffee made her stomach turn. She bought a test in secret, her hands quivering as she waited in their bathroom, the seconds passing slowly. Positive. The two pink lines looked back at her, as if they were fate's statement. Daphne's heart beat with a mix of delight and anxiety. She imagined telling Carter over a beautiful meal and seeing his face light up as he realized their dream was coming true. But in the world of bold and the beautiful, joy was never easy. Carter had strong ties to the Forrester family, and any new life would undoubtedly bring scrutiny from Brooke, Ridge, and the rest of the clan. Still, Daphne gripped the result, whispering to herself, "This is our beginning." Little did she know another pregnancy test was going to upend a whole other part of Los Angeles. While Spencer was caught up in a maelstrom of teenage passion and remorse at the Spencer Publications building, where ambition collided with legacy. Bill Spencer's attractive son, was divided between Electra Forrester and the haunting memories of his tumultuous relationship with Luna Nozawa. The aftermath of his brief but powerful experience with Luna had left wounds, especially because reports about her personal condition had spread like wildfire around the family grapevine. Electra, with her fiery Forrester spirit and evident chemistry with Will, had been his anchor. Their reconnection had been passionate, with private moments away from Steffi and the rest of the family. However, Will's one-night mistake, or what he thought was a mistake, with Luna had tormented him. He had revealed fragments to Electra, pleading for forgiveness and assuring she was the only one who genuinely knew his heart. Electra had wavered but eventually decided to fight for them, her love for Will outweighing the suffering. However, secrets tend to fester in soap opera land, and this one was about to sprout in the most unexpected way. Electra has been feeling weird for weeks. At first, she blamed it on stress from the latest Forrester collection deadlines and the emotional roller coaster with Will. Mornings brought bouts of nausea, which she concealed behind bright smiles at work. Her periods had always been irregular, so the missed one did not cause instant concern. However, when she became dizzy during a fitting session, she went away to a private pharmacy and got her own pregnancy test. Back in her posh apartment, Electra looked at the stick, her world spinning on its axis. Positive. Again, those distinct lines. She dropped onto the edge of the bed, her hand instinctively reaching for her still flat stomach. A baby. Will's baby. The time could not have been more critical. Their relationship was still rebuilding from the Luna incident, but now this? Joy mixed with dread. How would Will react? Would he consider it as a blessing or a further problem in his already chaotic life? What about the Forrester family? Electra was one of their own, but pregnancies in this environment frequently involved paternity testing, custody fights, and enough drama to fill months of episodes. As the days passed, the parallel stories began to cross in subtle, tense ways. Daphne planned a doctor's appointment to confirm her pregnancy, with Carter by her side. He was ecstatic, pulling her into his arms and discussing nursery plans and how this child would add even more love to their lives. "We'll tell everyone soon," Carter promised, kissing her forehead. "But for now, this is ours." Daphne agreed, but she couldn't shake the notion that Forrester creations would drag them back into larger fights. Ridge had been relying on Carter more than ever, and having a kid could hinder Carter's availability during crucial business discussions. Meanwhile, Electra dealt with the news on her own at first. She confided in no one, including her closest family confidants. Will had been attentive recently, attempting to demonstrate his dedication following the schism. They ate dinner together, laughed about old recollections, and recreated the flame that had brought them together. But Electra held back, waiting for the right moment. She was concerned that revealing the pregnancy too soon would push Will toward Luna if any leftover feelings existed, or worse, make him feel trapped. The double stunner began when fate brought the two women together in an unexpected setting. The Forrester Foundation organized a charity event for children's health, which gathered Los Angeles' elite together under one shining roof. Daphne arrived with Carter, gorgeous in a flowing gown that enhanced her youthful freshness. Electra was there with Will, occasionally reaching for her abdomen in a protective gesture she hoped remained unseen. During a peaceful time by the refreshment table, the two women discovered themselves alone. Daphne, drinking sparkling water instead of champagne, spotted Electra doing the same. A knowing look passed between them, slight yet heavy. "Avoiding the bubbly, too?" Daphne inquired softly, her designer instincts making her friendly and personable. Electra smiled, but her eyes revealed a maelstrom of emotion. "Something like that. Life has a way of changing plans, doesn't it?" Their chat began in familiar territory, fashion trends, the latest collection stresses, but quickly grew deeper. Daphne, sensing a sisterly bond with the younger woman, opened out just enough. "Carter and I, we're expecting. It's early, but it feels like everything I've ever wanted." Electra's breath hitched. The comparison struck her like a tsunami. Another lady was constructing a secure future with the man she loved, when Electra's own path seemed fraught with uncertainty. She hesitated, then murmured, "I am, too, with Will. But it's complicated. So complicated." The confession hung in the air like a tense secret. Daphne's eyes opened with genuine surprise and empathy. Two pregnancies are occurring concurrently in the same tangled web of relatives. Carter's world at Forrester Creations intersects with the Spencers through commercial transactions and old acquaintances. The women united in that moment, promising prudence while acknowledging the impending storm. "Whatever happens," Daphne whispered, clutching Electra's hand, "we're stronger than the drama around us." But secrets seldom remained hidden for long in this world. Will, feeling something was up with Electra, prodded her later that evening as they drove home. "You've been distant. Talk to me, Electra. Is it still about Luna?" "I swear that's over." She pulled over, tears shimmering in her eyes under the streetlights. "It's not just that, Will. I'm pregnant. We're having a baby." Will's expression changed from astonishment and dread to hesitant joy and a big grin. He grabbed her into a passionate embrace while smiling through his tears. "A baby? Our baby? Electra, this changes everything. I love you. We'll figure it out together." But the ghost of Luna lingered in his mind. What if prior mistakes returned at a bad time? Carter and Daphne made their announcement over a family gathering at the Forrester mansion. Ridge raised a glass in toast, and Brooke smiled with grandmotherly delight, while her eyes remained that distinctive mix of warmth and wariness. Steffi, ever protective of the family legacy, extended her congratulations but couldn't help but wonder how this would change workplace interactions. "A little Walton running around," she added with a smile. "This place could use more innocence." The twin pregnancies exacerbated all existing tensions. Luna, still a wild card on the periphery, heard rumors bias shared ties and felt a pain of what-ifs. Her previous relationship with Will had been tumultuous, fraught with misunderstandings and an overpowering passion. If she knew of Electra's announcement, it may trigger a fresh round of envy or scheming. Bill Spencer, the patriarch who thrived on control, would definitely intervene, demanding DNA testing and imposing deadlines for rearing a Spencer heir. As the weeks passed into months, the stories diverged and converged again. Daphne's pregnancy went easily at first, and her friendship with Carter grew stronger as they attended ultrasounds and considered baby names. She poured herself into designs inspired by parenthood, developing flowing maternity collections for Forrester Creations to market. However, complications developed when a routine check showed minor issues, forcing Carter to balance his corporate responsibilities with late-night hospital visits. His devotion to Ridge was tested. Could he move away from high-stakes transactions to be the father he desired? Electra's trip was more turbulent. Morning sickness struck hard, and hiding it from coworkers became a daily challenge. Will pushed forward, taking her to appointments and fantasizing aloud about teaching their child to sail or navigate the cutthroat world of business with ethics. However, fissures formed when Luna reached out, claiming unresolved feelings and hinting to unfinished business. When Electra confronted Will, her hormones heightened every doubt. "If this baby is going to have a father who is fully present, I need to know where your heart is." Will chose her and reaffirmed his commitment in big Spencer style, perhaps with a dramatic proposal or a public statement. The double baby stunner, however, was more than simply two positive tests. It was also about the ripple consequences. The Forrester and Spencer families, who had long been linked by marriages, affairs, and betrayals, now faced two new lives that could either heal or rip old wounds apart. Consider the moments on screen. Brooke Logan, the perpetual optimist, delivering maternal counsel to both women while ruminating on her own illustrious pregnancies. Ridge Forrester paces his office, aware that new generations imply altering power dynamics. Steffi and Hope, once adversaries, find common ground while navigating the next phase of family growth. In the background, there may be medical twists. Perhaps one pregnancy faced higher dangers, requiring partnerships between old rivals such as Lee Finnegan or even Sheila Carter, if the narrative required it. The emotional complexity of this twin tale was its most appealing feature. Daphne and Carter symbolized stability and hope, a new beginning amidst the tumult. Their child would represent Carter's redemption from previous romantic mistakes, as well as Daphne's acceptance into the Forrester family. Electra and Will exemplified young love tempered by real-world repercussions, with their kid providing an opportunity for Will to break free from his father's larger-than-life shadow and prove himself worthy of the Forrester name through marriage. Yet nothing remained ideal. A paternity worry may arise if the date coincided with previous encounters, perhaps a surprising disclosure that one of the pregnancies had an unanticipated twist, similar to heteropaternal superfecundation in soap opera terms, but based on emotional upheaval rather than pure science fiction. Perhaps a health issue prompts one lady to help the other, resulting in an odd bond that crosses family lines. As the stories progressed to sweeps, confrontations loomed. A family meal where both announcements collided, resulting in toasts with undercurrents of jealousy. Bill demands engagement in his grandchild's life, which contrasts with Carter's more reserved attitude to parenthood. Luna makes a stunning comeback, not to claim Will, but to cause enough turmoil that Electra questions everything. Daphne faced employment bias as her pregnancy progressed, demonstrating her importance as a designer while balancing parenting. The idea remained consistent throughout. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, life does not wait for perfect timing. Pregnancy not only brings joy, but also serves as a mirror for one's spirit, displaying strengths, shortcomings, and driving growth. Two storylines instead of one meant twice the heartbreak, twice the joy, and twice the chances for redemption arcs that kept viewers interested. Daphne stood on her balcony one evening, hand on her developing bump, as Carter embraced her from behind. "Our little one is going to have so much love," he muttered. Across town, Electra and Will laid in bed, his palms softly resting on her stomach, feeling the first flutters. "This baby is our future," he explained softly. "No more running from mistakes." The double baby stunner was a tapestry of human feel, not just plot twists. Friendships are tested, love is reinforced, and legacies are extended. In Los Angeles, where beauty concealed the strong realities of the heart, two pregnancies promised not only infants, but transformations that would last for years. Fans would watch anxiously as ultrasound images flickered on television, disagreements transformed into embraces, and the new generation prepared to enter a world already steeped in history and grief. What made this arc so interesting was how it intertwined personal growth with bigger family stories. Carter, formerly defined by unrequited loves, now exemplified quiet strength, putting family first over boardroom disputes. Daphne progressed from novice to pillar, with her designs possibly integrating aspects inspired by her travels. Electra, feisty and independent, learned to be vulnerable, relying on Will while declaring her own goals for their child, which could include a career in fashion or the media. Will, the young heir, matured quickly, moving away from Bill's manipulating tactics and toward empathy. The pregnancies compelled Bill to confront his own absentee fatherhood, possibly leading to sad episodes in which he delivered harsh counsel or attempted to bond in his over-the-top manner. Even secondary characters felt the effects. Logan can reflect on her own motherhood and provide advice to Electra. Taylor Hayes could provide psychological insights to assist you negotiate the emotional minefield. If the writers dared, they might include a medical crossover in which specialists from previous plots return, adding layers of nostalgia. As the due dates approached, perhaps staggered for maximum drama, the tension rose. A baby shower that combines both families? A preterm labor fear that brought everyone together? Or a shocking birthroom twist in which problems tested loyalties once again? The alternatives were unlimited, and each one raised the stakes. Finally, the double baby shocker was not intended to shock for the sake of shock. It was about life reaffirming itself in the midst of glitter and gossip. Two positive results. Two approaches to motherhood. The characters get two chances to rework their stories with optimism at the core. In the bold and beautiful universe, where every ending foreshadowed a new beginning, these pregnancies offered not just infants, but also a renewed feeling of purpose for everyone concerned. The Forster Creations runway may soon feature little models in spirit, with collections geared at the next generation. Spencer Publications could carry stories about modern parenthood. Throughout it all, the audience is reminded that love, in all of its messy, wondrous manifestations, is the true core of the production. Daphne gave birth first, in a calm hospital setting, with Carter at her side, tears streaming down their cheeks as they welcomed their child into the world. Electra followed weeks later, with Will holding her hand through the pain, and the pair grew stronger together. The family gathered for introductions, rivalries dissolving in the presence of new life. Brooke cuddled one grandchild, while Bill awkwardly attempted the same with the other, while Ridge and others watched with pride and reflection. Even in delight, seeds for future drama were planted, perhaps a secret health condition, an inheritance dispute, or a love entanglement as the children grew older. For the time being, however, the double baby stunner provided what soap operas excel at: catharsis via chaos, love through strife, and beauty in the daring unknown. The tale continued to develop, with each episode adding subtlety. Daphne's postpartum journey delves into work-life balance in a high-pressure sector, with encouraging stories about supportive partners and shifting gender roles. Electra handled co-parenting discussions early on, guaranteeing Will's participation but keeping her Forrester identity. Crossovers occurred naturally, Carter consulting with Bill on business, while gently guiding him toward better grandfatherly behavior. Friends like Zend and Paris provided humorous relief and counsel, lightening the mood at the harder moments. Potential godparent selections aroused debate, harkening back to traditional ties. And if a third inconspicuous thread hinted at another surprise, it just enhanced the instead of one effect. Finally, these two pregnancies reminded viewers why they had tuned in, for the characters who seemed like family, confronting universal issues via a glossy perspective. Joys spread, hardships were acknowledged, and the hope of tomorrow shone brighter. In the end, the bold and the beautiful provided not just a double bombshell, but also a deep exploration of what it means to introduce new life into a world already full of passion, strength, and enduring love. The tension in Los Angeles is rising as secrets, suspicions, and shifting loyalties intersect in unexpected ways. What began as whispers behind closed doors is swiftly becoming something far more explosive, and at the heart of it all are two women whose lives may be irrevocably altered by a terrible turn of fate. For weeks, small cues had been scattered, missed appointments, emotional outbursts, and knowing glances that didn't quite fit. Now, those clues are coming together to build a picture that no one expected. One possible pregnancy would have shaken the foundations of multiple relationships, but two at the same time? That is a game changer that no one is ready for. As suspicions rise, so do the stakes. One woman is quietly contemplating motherhood again, worried how it will affect her already complicated life. Meanwhile, another is faced with a very different issue, one that might either draw her closer to the man she loves or drive him away. The timing couldn't be worse or more dramatic. The ripple effects are already being felt. Friendships are strained as secrets threaten to out. Romantic relationships hang by a thread as trust becomes a scarce commodity. In the midst of it all, the question remains: who knows the truth and who is set to be surprised? What makes this scenario even more severe is the likelihood that these pregnancies are linked in ways no one has contemplated before. Could there be overlapping secrets, hidden motivations, or possibly a betrayal that connects both stories? The mystery fuels speculation, and each new discovery heightens the intrigue. As emotions run hot, decisions must be made, some quickly, others carefully calculated. But one thing is certain: once the truth is out, nothing can be the same again. Lives will be affected, relationships will be tested, and the consequences may be more dramatic than anybody anticipates. When it appears like answers are within reach, a fresh twist threatens to turn everything upside down, leaving viewers wondering if the double baby stunner is merely the beginning of an even bigger storm.